Hello, my name is Katie Glazer, and I am the Electronic Resources Librarian at the University of Lynchburg's Knight-Capron Library. And today we are going to talk about how to search for articles in the literature based on the methodology of the study. A lot of databases out there don't make this particularly easy, so I'm going to give you some of my best tips and tricks and things that have worked for me in my own research. So let's imagine that I was going to study about the dissemination of fake news in social media networks. So let's go to a relevant database. In this case, I'm going to choose Communication and Mass Media Complete. And in this case, I'm going to be looking for a network analysis, which is a specific type of social media analysis. So what I'm going to do is, instead of searching just any old place, I'm going to change this first selector box to search within the abstract for the type of study. So in this case, it's going to be network analysis. And then I'll use the subsequent boxes to fill in topically related subject terms. So we're looking for fake news and social media, so let's just go for that. And so what follows on this list is now every article in this database which looks at both social media and fake news, and in which the terms network analysis appear in the abstract. Now, why is this important? Because the abstract is a very short summary about the article, authors really don't get a lot of real estate to describe what's important about their article. And so if there is something that is really defining in the characteristic of this article, the author will make sure to put it in the abstract. And most databases do search the abstract. So this is a really good place to put search terms that are really important to you. And in this case, that would be the methodology. Okay, let's try one more. So in this next example, I'm going to look at phenomenological studies that are involved in racial inequality in policing. So let's go to our handy criminal justice database. And here you'll see I'm going to search for phenomenology in the abstract, policing, and racial inequality. And so here I click my search button. And what follows, you'll find a very short list of all of the articles in this database which are related to racial inequality and policing, but in which phenomenology appears in the abstract. And so you can see this is indeed a phenomenological study. And so my search terms did indeed narrow my search by methodology. Alrighty, and let's do one final example. In this case, I'm going to be looking at women in leadership. And to do so, I'm going to go into this database, into my advanced search option, and I'm going to change my selector to the abstract. In this case, I'm interested in grounded theory type studies. And for my research, I am interested in women in leadership. In this case, I find for Sage it works a little better if I search in the keywords field, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go for women and leadership, and we'll go ahead and search. And what follows is a list of every study in this database which looks at women in leadership in a grounded theory type study. So to summarize, although databases do not make it particularly easy to filter by the specific type of study, sometimes this is exactly what researchers need to do. So in those cases, what has worked for me is to search in the abstract for the specific type of study that is desired, and that will ensure that what comes back in your search results are only studies for which the authors specified that type of study in their abstract.